yeah, this is a lose-lose. But then they played that one well, but everything else was awful. And
first, they were winning until they lost.
That's generally how this game went,
yep.
because they were genuinely winning and then they lost, like legit.
Literally. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are now onto the Rift, or onto picks and bans, I should say, for Game 2 of this best of 3 series. Hyperion now on the blue side with Enclave on the red, and we're seeing 3 AD carry bans within the first 6. Xayah, Caitlyn, and Varus taken away, along with that Azir by Enclave as well, and Skarner also taken away from Monkus.
I don't think that esports Fate is going to get to play Varus at all this series. No. They might even ban Ez here, honestly, up there.
Yeah, there
so
is.
they really... But I think it's a good strategy, though. I really do think it's a good strategy.
We saw what he did on Tristana. Yes, he got super hard shut down very early, but if he gets to pick that after this next pick from Enclave, who gets to pick up their jungler and possibly a support as well, it doesn't really change much in that thing. As I say, he gets to go with the Braum, yeah. But Tristana is still not a bad pick to go with, because we talked about it's that safe scaling AD carry.
I feel like it is the safe scaling AD carry, and it's most likely the best pick for esports Fate at this point. But I don't think you can go throughout the rest of this series playing the way that having it go the way it went last game, because it worked out and they did scale through it, and it worked out in the end. But
it worked out.
It was not pretty, and it's something that is just going to be. I think that's hideously unreliable if you're Hyperion. Like you can't. I don't think you can bag on getting away with that. You know, I think that's going to be way too risky. So I was talking about Sejuani in the break here too. I thought that Enclave would be good to ban the Sejuani away. I think Demo is really good on Sejuani. I think he is their best player, and he's very good at pulling the trigger, making engages happen. And you saw that last game. He facilitated the whole comeback. So all right though, Enclave take the Tristana this time. So are they gonna pinch? Are they gonna pinch even harder?
I was gonna say, like,
what do you take? What else does he play? Like, I mean, you've already got 4 AD carries, 5 AD carries off the board if you include the one that's being picked. You've got things like Sivir or Jhin.
Jinx?
Jinx, if you want to pick.
But
Jinx.
It's like almost like as inconsistent as a Tristana without the escape.
They're genuinely just going to pinch him even
they're just
harder.
They're just going to keep going on to it. Well, why the hell not?
I feel like at this point, though, I think Enclave, this is actually kind of worth it, you know, like when 5 AD carries are off the board, probably going to be 6, honestly, at the end of this last ban. When that happens, it's, if your AD carry performs sub-optimally, you kind of think, you know what, well, all right then. You know, they completely took me, they just completely targeted me ridiculously hard. And fine, sorry lads, I can't perform this one. But then that's okay, because it gives leniency and leeway into the rest of your draft. We're seeing the Sejuani, we're seeing the Swain. You know, these are picks that could be banned away. You know, if they weren't so hard focusing onto EU Twisted Fate. My
only problem with going so hard on these AD carry bans in the second rotation, the Twitch being taken away as well, with the Sion being the last ban by Hyperion, you have a Janna. Now, Janna is very safe. Like, it is the standard safe, you know, support. It's going to be very difficult with a Tristana and a Braum to actually lock down any AD carry, let alone regardless of which one he picks. Yeah. So, pinching it away from, like, you know, the Twitch, fair enough, I accept it as a hyper carry. You do not want to get that through. But the Braum kind of counters the Twitch really hard with his Unbreakable, so I don't really get that either. I feel like they maybe pigeonholed a little bit too hard into it.
Yeah.
And maybe just kind of like left themselves with kind of like at that last ban, literally going, oh, actually, we need to ban something else because we need to pick our top laner last. A little bit, just a little bit. But Sivir, again, super safe. Not going to be great against.
I think that's a really smart pick though, because at this point you're probably gonna be crap. We'll just throw that one out there. Like, you're being banned away like that. I mean, he struggles on his 3rd string AD carry. Like, this is what, his 6th string AD carry? Like, that's going to be a little bit tricky. So, if you pick Sivir, you can at least enable the rest of your team. You can play safe again. And I think that's probably the best choice there. I want to touch a little bit on the Cassiopeia pick right now. I don't know whether Kerberos is thinking about picking another, I was going to say another Camille, because it's the exact same matchup, and it went really well for Karabos last game, so why not just pick it up again? But I want to touch a bit on the Cassiopeia because this is essentially sort of like Enclave's last draft. A little bit of tweaks going down here with the Braum instead of the Thresh and the Tristana instead of the Varus, but still filling out similar things there. The only big difference is Paris now. I think he's probably like, you know what? I was your support last game. You guys didn't carry me. I'm playing Cassiopeia this game, you know? And he's really good on Cassiopeia. Like, I always say, I strongly feel like if you stick Paris Gree on a carry, he will carry. You know, like he's one of the better mids. I would say maybe one of the more consistent mids. He's really solid. He's really good, and his Cassiopeia is nasty. And picking Cassid in the Cassiopeia, like Cass on Cass, I mean that's just.
Which is better, the K or the C?
I honestly, I mean, in the lane phase, I think
it's Cassiopeia without a doubt.
That's just like. I think that's.
My problem from Enclave's draft mainly stems from their pick bans. Swain is still a problem. Sejuani is still a problem. Janna does roughly the same as the Nami. You haven't killed the core that was the Hyperion game last game. You haven't really targeted that. In fact, you've only just changed your core. You've changed how you've changed your game. So if anything, Hyperion will be feeling okay about this. Fair enough, you know, EU Twisted Fate got very well hard targeted, but it's still a comp that they literally just played and won with.
Yeah, I think that both comps are quite similar to the previous games, but I mean, Enclave honestly might be fine with that. It's not like they got destroyed by the picks or the drafts or anything like that.
They got destroyed by the mid-game curse of Enclave.
Yeah, they just threw it away, honestly, and Enclave might be more than happy to just be like, okay, we got a little bit too hypey that last game. We didn't play smart, but whatever. We'll go again, and we'll win this time. Because I mean,
well, they have to.
I mean, yeah, well, they do. They have to. But if this game goes like the one it did last time, they just turn their brains on in the mid game, and they win in 20 minutes. You know, so I don't think Enclave are going to be too afraid of that one. They've also got Paris Gree on the carry now too, so he can more. I think it's kind of harder to throw in that sense because you have another. Like one of your best players is now on the carry, so there's that kind of backup there, if that makes sense. Whereas I don't think he really got to do too much on Karma, apart from shield Kerberos when he jumped in once or twice, but and then Kerberos would jump in 1v5 away from everyone else, and it didn't even matter that you're playing Karma because he just died anyway. So yeah, it's basically the same draft, except I'm gonna put the edge into. Enclave this time because I feel like last game, fluke is totally the wrong word, but last game they just fully did not play respectfully. They did not play smart, and as a result, they got burnt, they got punished, they played with fire, and that is something that's moderately easy to fix because you just play your game again, but switch your brains on and you should be fine.
Should be fine. But ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the Rift for Game 2 of this best-of-3 series in the playoffs. Don't let the top scoreboards fool you. Enclave are on the red side, Hyperion are on the blue, and it is a 1-0 advantage to Hyperion. Didn't think I'd be saying that today, no disrespect, but it's the way it is. And Daijin, he's on another champion, however, very similar to Nami, but however, the big thing I feel like I want to see is how he uses his ultimates. His ultimates were very key at setting up big team fight engages the last game. Not so much team fights for this one. Definitely more on the disengage, but EU Twisted definitely on something a little bit more wave cleary in that mid-game section.
I actually prefer Janna, honestly, in this team comp. I think it's better than the Nami. I think Janna is better into Olaf as well, because even though it's hard to peel on Olaf because you can't get rid of his CC, can't CC him, you can still shield up your carry, you can lay down that big heal from your ultimate as well. And I also think it's really good into Camille, because if Camille ults your carry, if that's EU Twisted Fate, if that's Emmy, you can knock him out with Janna. You can knock him out of his own ultimate, and that's the only way to break that Hextech ultimatum is for Camille to break it, for Camille to leave the hexagon. And Janna can make that happen. So I think this is a better pick. I think this is probably actually a better draft from Enclave than from Hyperion. than last game. So we'll just see whether or not they can make it happen.
Yeah, Mountain Drake is going to be the first Drake of the game, so a little bit more contestable in this early game. Olaf off to the side, as you see him there, already invading. Picking up some nice early farm. Does what Olaf does best, and that's just literally farm. But see now how that translates to. And I quite like the Sivir as well from EU Twisted Fate. Like you said, he got pinched so hard that it might as well go something that's, you know, a little bit more like, okay, I'm just going to wave clear and then run at people. That's kind of Sivir's deal. We have seen people like, you know, in LCK, Teddy on Jin Air Green Wings, who has turned Sivir into an absolute monster of a carry. But that is literally 6 items when you've sold your boots and traded them out for a Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, Sivir is one of those who, once you get max items, he's pretty disgusting, and definitely can be a carry. But one of the best things about her is her ability to be more supportive in her playstyle. You know, you can just sit back, throw out your boomerangs, throw out your bouncing blades, be pretty safe, shove lanes in, pick up your farm, and then just press. Oh, really? Like,
yeah.
That's
enable your team.
Yeah, exactly. Just enable your team. I don't think there's particularly good synergy with Sivir Ultimate on Hyperion's side, but either way, it's still a move speed boost. Yeah. So.
Still getting different positions, still getting repositioned as such, but pretty standard early game, just kind of trading camps. We actually see already a bit of a farm lead in topside and in jungle. Saw that last game as well. Camille, or specifically Kerberos' Mariel into Dan XD's Swain. Definitely has a decent time, but Emmy, got to admit to him, he's not playing badly right now, and he's having a little bit of an easier time. As I say that, Monkkiss trying to come down into this bot side. Going to be spell shields and shielded up from the rest of the damage. It's going to be a pretty easy lane for them to survive comparatively to last time. Yeah,
this one should be, well, really easy, honestly. But then again, even last lane should have been easy too, and we saw what happened there.
Kerberos forced the hook shot away as Sejuani was coming in, so definitely saving himself his summoners, able to keep himself safe. Olaf looking for a repeat gank, as you can see him on the minimap there. Just behind the fantastic sponsors of Intel and gaming provided from Curry's PC Roll.
We usually call them the people behind the Premiership. This time they're in front of it.
Yeah. At the forefront of everything that we do. But as you see already, Kiss just trying to find any kind of opportunity to walk in, try and, you know, get an easy kind of path as such. And I like this from Monkiss. He's being a little bit more aggressive. He's being a little bit more kind of, you know, unpredictable, trying to catch out people where they think, oh, he's going this way when he's actually behind them.
Yeah, Paris Gree there, just full-on contested demo for his own chickens. This is what happens though when you stick this guy on more of a carry champion. Like he's confident. That's what I think I like most about watching this guy play, is that he doesn't pull any punches. You know, if he'll do something like that where he'll shove the minion wave and then walk into the enemy jungle and walk into the chickens, just take him. And if he sees the enemy jungler there, he'll just fight him. And that just puts a lot of pressure on you as a jungler. If the enemy mid laner is invading you, that's really hard for you to deal with. Especially someone like Cassiopeia who can kill you. You've got to be quite careful of that one. Interesting to see Kassadin though go for the, speaking of the other Cass, go for the Unsealed Spellbook as his rune choice, but start with Teleport. Normally you go Unsealed Spellbook and start with something else, try and get a lane advantage, and then when you do your first recall, you swap it to TP and just come back in. But Emmy doesn't want to do that. I don't really know what he's going, like what he would want to swap that to.
A cleanse, possibly. You know, like you get there's a lot of single target CC. You might go for the late game cleanse, or maybe even on an ignite, just to try and burn down somebody that little bit more if you're feeling aggressive.
Yeah,
a couple of options.
Yeah. I mean, cleanse could be decent, especially against Brom and Cass. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think he would ever need to swap out a TP. Honestly, he could probably just sit on that. But either way, we're reaching the level 6 now. So Emmy, with his ultimate, he can go pretty crazy. Demo is level 5, and once he gets level 6, Cassiopeia is going to have to start respecting those ganks a lot, especially because he hasn't taken cleanse himself. The heal with a Sejuani on the enemy team
and
is...
phase rush.
Yeah, he's gone phase rush as well, so he's gone for the move speed. But it is relatively risky to do that because if you ever get caught by Sejuani, the heal is not really going to do anything. Compared to what a cleanse would do. When you're a champion who has no gap closer, you're a bit of a sitting duck, honestly, for things like a Glacial Prison and that and the like. So he's got to be careful. At least if I were Demo, I'd be looking at that mid lane.
It's not a Glacial ultimates, isn't it? Brahm's Glacial Fissure, Sejuani's Glacial Prison, Lissandra's Glacial Tomb.
That's true.
Yeah.
Where's the Glacial? Yeah, Iceborne Gauntlet. That's not even Glacial.
No,
but it is Glacial.
It is, it isn't.
I just call it the Frozen Fist. That's more fun to say anyway.
Doesn't have that much of an impact. It's not like a Zanya's where you're like, oh, Frozen Fist! It's like, no, he's getting it on every auto attack.
But it looks so cool. Especially when you have loads of armor. There was, back in... Was it? Yeah, it was Malphite at the beginning of this season before they tweaked some runes, but you would just stack armor and get a Frozen Fist, and you'd also get Archangels, so you'd get AP from your mana. And then with the Transcendence rune, the one that gives you AP from CDR, because you're constantly stacking Frozen Hearts, getting 20% CDR from that, that was turning into a decent amount of AP. You're getting mana from it, which turned in from AP from your Archangels. You're getting huge amounts of armor because you're stacking Frozen Hearts. You press W, you get more armor, and yeah, it was like, you get like 500 AP, this huge circle of armor that will take up like a whole minion wave. It was pretty grimy.
Yeah, as I say that, you see a Braum ultimate coming in. There's the Ignite and the Flash from the Braum. Not quite sure what EU Twisted was trying to do there. He knew they were backing because he tried to delay it and then just didn't spell shield anything. Tried to spell shield kind of a passive concussive blows, and First Blood again going over to the side of Hyperion. Or sorry, not the high side of Hyperion, excuse me. I'm seeing the wrong names at the top, to Enclave.
Oh,
Kerberos. I feel like that's a hit, but he won't question it. As I say that, though, it's going to be Olaf jumping in. Maybe a little bit too little too late. He will get burnt down. Now Kerberos going to try and fight with Demo. Actually, Demo, what are you doing? He has ultimate. Kerberos takes himself a free kill. You had done the hard work. God damn it, Demo. Trading back 1 for 1.
He tried to flash in and tag him with a W, thinking he could finish him off. Yeah, that's... Camille's pretty scary. He's got his Sheen. I guess Demo, on looking at his death recap, takes a look and goes, oh, Sheen.
Yeah, I'm casting.
There you go.
There you go.
That's how I remember it.
Well, let's have a look. So, like, they go in.
That's a yeah.
I feel
generous.
Like yeah, that's a generous hitbox. But right here, they've done the hard work. You've gotten the kill. Kerberos is zoned off away from the wave. And then you've no mana. Like, you've nothing.
He was trying to... I actually think he may have got that kill because he was trying to flash to hit the W. That would have got the third hit off on the passive.
Yep.
And then he actually got another auto attack off before he died. But that would have procced the stun, then he would have hit the stun, knocked it, and I don't know whether he would have killed Kerberos there. I think it would have been a lot closer than it actually looked. I do think that was quite a ballsy play to go for it, but still. There's the face check. There's 3 people here.
Yeah, flash shot Kerberos and hook shot, but does get away with his life. Burns the summoner. The lane swap has come in for the side of Hyperion, as we see now. Oh, Emmy. Needs to be careful. Well, why ETP to that turret, my friend? That tower is dead. They're actually going to wait for him to finish it.
That's
catch
cheeky.
him with the petrifying gaze, and that is going to be an easy cleanup kill for the side of Enclave. As I say that, though, maybe a little bit more of an engage. Paris has got flash and heal. They're trying to get everyone down. Sivir is not part of this fight. Very important to remember, as she is going to be 90% of their AoE damage. Everyone backs away, but I like that little play from Enclave. They just waited for DanXT to finish his TP, knowing they could get the turret and still kill him.
Yeah, that was really cheeky the way they did that. Nice coordination for them all to just instantly stop attacking the tower. But I like that. They get the extra kill. They also get the teleport. That's very smart. And they get the dragon off the back of it too. So tower, a dragon, a kill. That's the hat-trick.
Yeah, it's a hat-trick of things. They will lose Rift Herald, and top tower will go down as well. So it is a little bit of a trade back for the side of Hyperion. They still lose that kill, though. 1 kill to 3 in favor of Enclave, 1 tower apiece, and about a 2,500 gold lead for Enclave as we come up to the 12.5-minute mark. That Mountain Drake going down will be fairly significant if they look for a cheeky Baron play later, because Cassiopeia can melt that thing.
Yes, Cassiopeia is very good at taking away Baron. In fact, their whole team is pretty good at doing Baron. So if Enclave at any point want to go for that, if they want to go for the early Baron, if they get enough of a lead in this game that they can pressure that at the 20-minute mark, that's something that Hyperion will have to be careful of. We also saw that in the last game, though, to be fair, where they were pressuring it early, and Kerberos was sitting in the side lane for the split push. And Kerberos got an inhibitor for free. But then somehow they lost the game. And that was at like 20-minute mark. But yeah, so I feel like if you're Enclave here, I almost got thrown out because now the names are in the correct order. And I was like, wait, is this actually Enclave? If you're Enclave here, things are looking just fine and dandy.
They were in the last game as well. So, actually, Paris popping out the Petrifying Gaze doesn't actually get anything from it. That's going to be a big ultimate down. Grounded coming in, so that means that Demo has to walk away, take a good bit of harass, and then get out. Kassadin is over to the wall. They look like they just want a blue buff steal, and honestly, Hyperion, if they want to defend that top turret, they can't really contest it. Camille in the mid lane means that they are down a player. No TP available for Swain either. So they are very much not in the position to contest this, back themselves away, and they're just going to keep farming. Now, the reason why I say they're going to let them keep farming is that is actually why they lost the last game. They let them just scale up. They let them get items. Enclave need to be proactive. They need to be looking for smarter plays rather than just Kerberos running in off the backside. And if they continue to just let the side of Hyperion just build up, that's where issues start to form.
Yeah, the enemy team will get back into this game if you let them sit back. As a general rule of thumb for League of Legends. But they'll also get back.
Oh, hello. Emmy.
That is, all right.
That is very, very ballsy. He doesn't really have the damage to go on top of this without the Swain. Flashes in as well. So burns that. Emmy! Emmy! Oh, my dear Lord. What have you done? And he's going to be Kerberos traded back, though. So 1-for-1. Rift Herald was popped, though, into that bot side. So they're going to try and trade it for a turret. Dan trying his best to just trade back as much. He's got healing, he's got damage, but just not enough to keep him alive. That's going to be a trade back of 2 kills to 1. Emmy, buddy.
I mean, that looked a lot funnier than I think it actually was, because I think he saw Enclave collapsing on him and was like, well, I can't run, so I'm just going to try and TP out of this one. You know, I think he saw that as his only out, but it did look a bit ridiculous, honestly. It made me laugh at least.
It
but I feel like
I'm a bit silly.
I think it looked worse than it actually was.
I don't know. I feel like he had one more stack of mana for a Rift Walk. I feel like he could have gotten away. Yes, Paris has flash, but then you burn a summoner, you're going to die anyway. I feel like, you know, you don't burn yours, you gain theirs. Bot lane turret did go down to Rifty, so that doing its job there, and that does mean that Enclave only answer back that bot turret just now. They don't get an advantage as such. But they are sitting themselves nicely on this 3,000 gold lead, or 3,500.
I feel like that's happened twice, though, when Kassadin has tried to team up with Swain and kill Kerberos, and it's the second time.
Where did we see that before?
Not too long ago.
Yeah. This time, however, Kerberos did die.
Did he?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he did. Just about died. But that's tricky, though, honestly, when you're sending your 2 solo laners and you can't really deal with the Camille. That makes the game a lot harder to play. But Enclave here are playing a lot smarter in general. It seems like they're going for more of the tutorial style objective play here. Because last game, you know, whenever you throw a game like that, a lot of it comes down to the fact that you prioritize kills over objectives, or you just don't really think about what you're doing. But this game, they're playing a lot more, I don't want to say reserved necessarily, because I don't think that they're playing really passive or anything like that. I just think that they're not going really crazy. You know, they're actually thinking things a little bit through here, and they've got all of the outer towers here. They've gotten the dragon. They've accumulated decent CS lead in the mid lane. But positive for Hyperion as well. Look at Siva. She's doing pretty well.
A lot better than last game.
Well, yeah. At this stage, a lot better than last game. That's definite. But she's got more CS than Tristana, so I mean, considering any time that you're forced on something which is your 6th choice, either you did really bad in your A levels, or your EU Twisted Fate playing a best of series. And but he's doing that's fine. Like when you're in that situation, you're fine with that. Even just going even is fine when you're forced when you're being put in such an uncomfortable position like that. So I think Hyperion will be happy with that.
I think so too, and I actually thought it was quite interesting, but I quite like is this little adaptation that EU Twisted Fate has actually gone with. So something that has been a big criticism of Enclave this entire season has been their mid-game play. They kind of get to literally now 18 to 25 minutes and they don't know really what to do. They've got advantages, but they haven't really pushed them that hard. They will pick themselves up an Infernal Drake on top of the mountain they have already gotten, as next Drake is going to be an Infernal as well. But while all this is all happening, while this is all kind of, going down, you're giving time to Sivir and the Cassidy and the Swain to farm up. And what Sivir has actually done, what EU Twisted Fate's actually done, is picked up a Cull to get that next 100 CS. So it's going to be a little bit more of a gold kind of flux and hasn't been punished for it. Died before getting that Cull the first time, so literally hasn't been punished for it. It's almost fully stacked, literally 2 minions and it's there.
He goes Cull pretty much every single game as well. He did it last game on the Tristana. I noticed he did it before when he was playing Ez. When they first picked the Ez, he started with Dawn Shield and then went Cull straight after.
Gotta get that cash money.
Yeah, he's it basically means that I don't think he has confidence in himself to play the lane phase. I think he's kind of like, yeah, well, I'm probably not going to win lane phase, so I'll just pick Cull and I'll just farm, and we'll play for later on, which is fair enough. I think that's a fine strategy if playing towards your strengths and more importantly you're avoiding your weaknesses. But at this point, you're talking about Enclave and not being able to push their advantages, which is, to be honest, pretty true. I mean, they've got a 3k gold lead at 20 minutes, which is not that great considering they've had the advantage like the whole game. Like,
yeah,
they'd be doing
same as last time. It's literally a carbon copy of the last game.
Well, I would, yeah.
In terms of gold lead.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we're not quite at the point where, hopefully, for Enclave, I don't think they want this to be a carbon copy of the last game, because if so, then people are going to start inting really soon.
Oh, yeah. Hella soon.
But that, I mean...
Oh, Demo.
Oh, gosh.
Demo, good flash away. Actually, that was very good reactions. Does bait out the Braum ultimate as well, but no flash on him means that Glacial Prison isn't as threatening. Baron now spawning up, as you see in the bottom left of your screen. Our fantastic observers giving us a beautiful cinematic shot of the big purple worm. That
was really nice, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Good job, observers. You did it again.
You've done it again. And actually, now we're going to see Enclave running straight onto that Baron. Nobody knows it's going down. This is actually such a good play.
Demo's had a sneaky suspicion.
He does too late. He's too late. And Demo, just, if he had been like literally 3 or 4 seconds earlier, he would have had a chance to steal. But doesn't get that opportunity, and that is a on-spawn 20-minute Baron. He only just came up for his grand entrance and he was dead.
We almost got the cinematic of him dying. Yeah,
literally. Oh, a flash away there. Dedo trying to get onto Demo. Monk is just trying to go up, but there's a blast cone there available as well, so he's actually going to be able to get away. And this is delaying now for the side of Hyperion. They're just keeping these guys away from the Baron Bush push even. Dedo, oh, he's going to find him. He's just going to keep delaying him because they can push up topside.
Oh, there's got to be a big... Oh, he's actually popped his ulti. He really wants this one. All right.
He can get it. There's no flash. There's no flash. This could actually be a kill. This could be huge if Demo can get it. He should be able to go for it, but Dedo...
No.
Oh my god.
Where have we seen a Braum soloing out a player before?
Ignite is just too good. Frappy, though, we're going back into this mid lane. Paris as well, taking a huge chunk. There's an Ignite going down. And whoa, there's a lot of damage, but Paris is now in no man's land, trying to keep himself alive. Kerberose just about doesn't kill off the EU Twisted. Kerberose now in a lot of trouble. He needs to be very careful. Frappy died off on the back of that as well. Braum is such a key component of Enclave's team to keep him safe, and he wasn't there.
He's too busy being a stone cold killer in the top side.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Look at this. I mean, this one, it should have been free, but then, yeah. No, no armor coming
Our
through. Said
observers
Barney.
have no chill. They wanted to make sure that they showed the very poor W there, but he took like 8 turret shots, Demo.
Yeah, no armor, turret shots, poor accuracy. Yeah, recipe for disaster right there.
The only person yet to die on Enclave is Braun.
Yeah, that's true, because he's too busy killing, soloing out the enemy.
Too busy being a Chad.
Yeah, too busy. I mean, look at him. He fits the description.
It really does. But anyway, come back into it. That fight in the mid lane does mean that 3 out of the 5 people on the side of Enclave actually lose their Baron buffs. They did pick up 2 turrets from it as well, so they have got themselves a 6,000 gold lead. But it is a very much cut short Baron buff extension as such, and they will have to try and really think about the next engage. And honestly, we talked about, you know, oh yeah, people are going to start inting pretty damn soon. That was kind of an indication to what's to come, because that's like nearly kind of, you know, nearly similar to what happened in that last game, you know?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, and I also think that if you're Enclave, it's like you're baking a cake when you're being burnt. It's warm, and you're just a little bit scared of what you want to do, because you could burn yourself again. You don't want to get burnt again.
Oh,
you're
you're going back for the cake after you've been burned.
Or you're baking another cake after you've already baked one, and, you know.
I was so confused
either
for
way.
a second there.
Yeah, essentially, you're going to be quite... in the back of their mind, yeah. Long story short, don't come around my house and bake cakes.
But looks like Enclave have had enough of this. They are going to use the last 2 of their Baron buffs to push in top and bot lane at the same time. While that's all happening, though, Kerberos takes the kill while getting 2v1. And that means an inhibitor goes down in favor of Enclave. Don't quite get the top lane turret, but it is literally a whisper of a breeze from going down. You know, anyone could go over there and just take it over, but see now what they want to go for from here. Enclave very much in the driving seat. This time have a little bit more of a commanding lead.
That is the 3rd time that DanXD and Emmy have tried to 2v1 Kerberos, and Kerberos has killed them or done something.
Come out with the one for one, which is not what you want to be seeing. Another Infernal Drake does go over to Enclave. It's going to be a 3rd one spawning after it as well, as Dedo comes in. Frappy drops off as well. On the hunt popped, but at the end of the day, nothing really burned. That ultimate will be very... look at that double step.
That's been in the game for so long. I don't understand how that animation bug is still in spectator mode. That is ridiculous.
It's great.
It looks funny when she pops ult though.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Or she has like Moby boots. It's just
yeah, of course, the Moby boots. Moby boots, Yumu's Sivir.
Yep, it's the best. But now we come back into a little bit of a lull in the game. Another 3 or 4 minutes where no real objective is there to be taken, no global to be gone for.
Well, they might go for topside, like you say, a whisper of the breeze, or however you put it.
A whisper of a breeze.
It's really low. You can group up to that side. You got the inhibitor down in bot side, so someone's going to have to go and take that one. And you're really far ahead now. And yes, you were really far ahead last game, and you threw it all away. So you've got to be respectful still, but at the same time, like, you can do this, you know? Like, you can't take your foot off the pedal too much, because at that point, you are giving a window for the enemy to come back in. You know, inaction in itself is a mistake. Sometimes you make actions that are mistakes, like happened last game, but sometimes you just don't do what you should do, and that in itself is a mistake too. Like, you waste opportunities. So Enclave here needs to make sure that they really put the nail in this coffin, solidify this game, sort it all out, and it looks like it's going to start in this top lane.
But big thing I wanted to point out is Sivir, once she gets that IE, because, as I said, I got to stop myself a little bit. Hextech Ultimatum was used. Kerberos gets stunned up as well. There's the Braum ultimate, but they have gone top side. Kerberos just trying to back away. Will able to get the hook shot. Yes, he will. And Demo again missing the flash. And that's another inhibitor. 3 from the side of Enclave just ran up. They tried to find an advantage on Hyperion, but they weren't able to get anything. Kerberos, though, does eventually go down. Chase down. Honestly, right now, if you're on the side of Hyperion, you rush it mid. You need to get something.
You can try and rush it mids, but this is this is looking pretty ugly. Like, this is quite scary. I would say that, yeah, you should try and group up here, try and get the mid tower. You do have outer towers in the other 2 lanes, which is nice, but obviously mid will open up the map a little bit more. I wonder whether Hyperion are going to try and contest the Dragon, though. That's my thought, and more importantly, how do Enclave play around that? Are they even going to humor Hyperion with a fight in Baron, or are they going to say, well, we have super minions pushing in 2 lanes? Oh boy.
Oh, Frappy does have to pop the QSS very, very quickly, and they see a lot of damage going down immediately. TP coming in there from the Swain. They may try look again for this. There is no Glacial Prison as of yet. Dan XD has joined the fight, but a TP from Kerberos. He's trying to go into the mid lane. Now they know Enclave. They just have to stop backs. Emmy is going to be the one to try and delay him. I don't really know if you can stop this. They may lose an inhibitor turret off this. If not an inhibitor turret and a Baron, they're definitely going to lose the Baron.
Yep. Really smart play by Kerberos here to...
He can still go. He's still bot side.
He's not done. Yeah, he's not done. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation. Deja vu. Exactly like the previous game. Well played here by Enclave to use the split push to their advantage here with Kerberos. If you're Hyperion, you have to defend. You want to defend Baron and you want to defend the split push, but because you're so far behind, you can't defend both. But they are collapsing now onto Kerberos, or maybe not. Oh. Maybe they're actually collapsing onto Demo.
I was going to say, there's actually inhibitor turrets going down, or say Nexus turrets going down. Demo being trying to keep alive for so long, but there's only so much that Janna can do. There is the redemption. It's not going to redeem anything for this game for Hyperion. That's going to be 3 people dropping Sivir. Their main wave clear is gone. Nexus turrets are falling. And Enclave tie up the series 1-1 for the 2nd time today. We're going to game 3.
Hyperion with the victory in game 1, thinking maybe they can squeeze this one 2-0, but honestly this feels like a lot like how the first game should have gone.
Yeah.
Very